The Nimitz-class aircraft carrier USS George Washington, named after the first President of the United States and famed general in the Revolutionary War, was commissioned July 4, 1992. With an overall length of 1,092 feet and weighing over 100,000 tons, the carrier can reach a top speed of 30 knots. To give an idea of the variety of services available aboard, there are 2 large mess decks, 3 gyms, a full-service dental clinic, and even a coffee shop. Truly getting a sense of the gargantuan size of the ship, however, requires you to step foot on the flight deck. It measures 4.5 acres and the length of over 3 football fields. Between the years of 1993 and 2000, the ship conducted several deployments through the 5th and 6th Fleet, and in September 2001, George Washington was deployed to New York City to provide air defense following the September 11th terrorist attacks. A piece of steel from the fallen Twin Towers remains on display in the Chief's Mess as a solemn reminder of that day and the ship's contribution to our nation's security. USS George Washington had roles in the post-9/11 war in Afghanistan and the war in Iraq, participating in Operation Enduring Freedom in 2002 and Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2004. In 2006, working alongside Southcom, George Washington participated in counter-drug operations in the Caribbean during Partnership of the Americas, and in 2008, George Washington departed Norfolk for its new home port of Yokosuka, Japan, soon to become the first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier to be forward deployed. Once off the Pacific coast of South America and on its way to Hawaii to turn over with the USS Kitty Hawk, tragedy struck as a fire broke out aboard the ship. The Navy described the incident as serious, but thanks to the crew and their dedication, the fire was able to be extinguished with no loss of life. The fire did take its toll on the ship, however, with GW pulling into San Diego to undergo repairs. The ship departed San Diego on August 21, 2008, and arrived in Yokosuka September 25th. On May 11, 2010, George Washington completed maintenance and refit and departed Yokosuka for its first sea trials in 7th Fleet. The first exercise it participated in out of its new home port was Invincible Spirit, as well as the Navy and Air Force of the Republic of Korea, or ROK. In 2011, GW is one of several ships that participated in disaster relief for Japan after the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, and in 2013, the ship and its crew deployed to the Philippines after Typhoon Haiyan to expand search and rescue operations, provide medical care, and deliver supplies using its 21 embarked helicopters. In July 2015, George Washington participated in Talisman Sabre, an exercise which involved around 30,000 U.S. and Australian service members. It was the largest combined military exercise ever undertaken by the Australian military. Defense forces from New Zealand and Japan also took part in the exercise for the first time. After this final tasking in 7th Fleet, the ship transited back to San Diego to turn over with the USS Ronald Reagan, set to take its place in Japan. After nearly a decade forward deployed, GW would return to Virginia once more to enter dry dock for an extended maintenance period called refueling and complex overhaul, or RCOH. In a final show of its capabilities and the dedication of its crew, while en route to Virginia, George Washington was diverted to provide humanitarian relief to Haiti after Hurricane Matthew. After nearly 25 years of serving the country, the aircraft carrier USS George Washington entered RCOH in August 2017. After lots of upgrades, refurbishments, and testing, GW will soon finish RCOH and be back underway defending our seas. Compared to the first ship to bear name of the first President of the United States, the Nimitz-class aircraft carrier USS George Washington is something amazing and unimaginable. However, it couldn't have achieved so much as a ship throughout the decades without its incredible crew. We wish USS George Washington another 30 years of greatness.
Hello, GW family and friends. I'm Captain Brent Hollywood Gott, blessed to be the commanding officer of the USS George Washington. This year, on July 4th, marks the 246th birthday of our great nation, but it also marks the 30th anniversary of the commissioning of our great warship, the USS George Washington, which actually was commissioned here at Newport News Shipbuilding, July 4th, 1992. These years represent so much more than the hours and the days of hard work and dedication put in by all who have served on board. These years are also a solemn marker of the joys, the struggles, the sweat, and at times even the tears of every crew member who has crossed the brow. All the collective experiences and the memories, all the lifetimes that have intersected on board CVN73 at any given point in history. Those individuals, those lives are honored here today. We say thank you to our crew, past and present, from our plank owners who first took our warship to sea, to our resilient warfighters here on board GW today in the year 2022. We are with you. The bulkheads of this mighty warship are laced with a rich history of service, ranging from combat operations to combined exercises to humanitarian relief. George Washington has participated in such missions as defending the skies of New York City post 9/11, standing sentry in the Arabian Gulf during Operation Enduring Freedom, and responding to the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami in Japan. These critical missions have given us a legacy, a purpose, and a roadmap moving forward. We look forward to completing our shipyard availability and returning our great warship to sea, where she belongs, in defense of our great nation. It is my greatest honor to serve as the commanding officer of USS George Washington and leading our extraordinary group of sailors on board our warship, both today and every day. We are USS George Washington, spirit of freedom, first in war, first in peace, and we wish you a happy and safe 4th of July. Captain out.